So today is Friday. This is what started to happen. Time, day and night, days, dates. You have a phone, you've got a device that literally tells you what time, but your own circadian rhythms, your own sense of like what time it might be or what's going on has just completely evaporated. So I'm still at Halls. Hi there, my lovely student abode. I've got some pasta cooking. So I am missing absolutely nothing with regards to like KFC, McDonald's. I don't care about anything like that. It was never something that was particularly a big deal to me. I'm more so just, I'm just worried about what's going to happen with the NHS. I hope that we learn from this. I hope that people see that there needs to be a complete restructuring of the NHS, like plenty have advocated for years before any pandemic struck. There needed, the NHS was already in a terrible position as it was beforehand. So I'm not, I'm not missing McDonald's. I'm not missing like seeing my friends occasionally. Do you know what I mean? I can still talk to them. I know I have technology. I'm fortunate. There are people that live in parts of the world or just have economic circumstances that mean that they don't have access to the technology that we do. So of course it's going to be taxing. Of course it's going to be difficult on our mental health, but I'm quite a resilient person. I can see that in the grand scheme of things, I'm still in a fortunate position. Our country has not had the best response to the coronavirus problem, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not about me. It's being concerned about the NHS, it's the public services, it's the fact that we still have what I would consider to be a government that is social Darwinism at the core of it, which obviously is nice in theory if everybody, could choose their skill levels. Like, people don't choose to be born average. Like, social Darwinism is barbaric to people that will be mediocre, because you always have to have someone, not inferring that these jobs are somewhat lesser, but you always have someone to sweep the streets. You always need to have, your cleaners, your essential workers that are undervalued and considered to be underachievers by people like Boris Johnson, So this is starting to get a little bit more political than just a diary about what's going on with me. So I guess we could go back to that. So my pasta's currently boiling like it's boiling like the Loch Ness Monster would be boiling if it existed on a very, very hot day in a heat wave. With rage, of course, because it's Scottish and it's not real. This is what happens. We've all went mad. So I am on my cheesy mac and cheese. I actually, oh God, that's really bubbling over now. So I am like, usually chopping up my vegetables, putting them in a stir fry, bunging in a sauce, that kind of person. That's become a little bit more difficult with the complete absence of any vegetables on campus other than mushrooms, but we make do, and this will be fine. And I can't wait. It looks bloody delicious if you ask me. Yeah. So yeah, this is Friday the 2nd, Friday the 3rd. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, so, as a student, I'm concerned with how things will potentially, I'm first year. So this is, for me, Stirling University have passed those that passed, their first assignment of the module. It's the second part of the module. So it's like, that is, I have already passed first year. I'm right into second year. So I think that the university have had a good response when it comes to delivering classwork and lectures. But I think that, I mean, let's just get on to it. Whether you will actually publish this or not, or keep this as archival footage, but what is happening just now is that university accommodation are charging people to cancel their tenancy agreements. So we're getting emails that are telling us to leave campus, to leave, but we're getting charged for doing so. I have never imagined that a university could be so profit-minded and so greedy and so money-grabbing during a time that everyone is suffering economically. And yeah, you know, the uni, it already makes enough money, frankly, from the rent that it charges students anyway. It's totally overpriced. But yeah, so whether this will actually be something that goes into archives or not, I don't know. But that's exactly what I think it is. That's what I'm scared about the most. I'm scared about the NHS crumbling, and I'm scared about the fact that I might be forced to stay on campus because I can't afford to have a cancellation fee until my next SAS payment and the payment from my work. And I am in a fortunate position. I am getting paid from my work. There are people that aren't. So this rent, the student accommodation and the rent is appalling. And I hope that people learn from this, because I think that most students, even if they send diaries into archival footage or not, that is one of the main problems, that we have been told to leave, but we can't, because we're going to get charged the same amount that we would have to, you know, for that month's rent anyway. So depending on when it is that you've left, and for me, it would be in April, like now. So I've only got 1 month left. So they charged me £400. That's my rent.